So I can't believe all the negative feedback I got from my last Metallica video, which is this guy right here. Apparently, I triggered a lot of soft-ass fans by talking shit about their favorite band and criticizing it. As it stands, right now, that video is the video with the most dislikes in the history of my channel. And I gotta tell you, judging by the people that actually left me some hate comments on that video, I am happy to be on the opposite side of metal from you guys. So yeah, I haven't done one of these videos in a while, but I thought this subject deserves it. So here we go. So welcome to a new video and welcome to my channel where we talk about everything music from death metal to Queen and everything in between. Today, I will tell you the hard truth about Metallica's new album and why I think Kirk has checked out.
I'm out.
Alright, so first of all, let me clear this up without any shadow of a doubt. I am a Metallica fan. Metallica was one of my biggest influences growing up, as a teenager, just picking up a guitar and trying to learn some of the songs. And I thought Kirk and James Hetfield were gods. I love a lot of their earlier stuff, and I also love a lot of their later stuff. In fact, I've been listening to Metallica for the better part of my life, and I own every album they ever released. All of them. Can you say the same? I've got Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, Justice for All, Black Album, Live Shit, Load, Reload, Garage Inc. I even have S&M twice for some reason. I guess I forgot I had it, so I bought it again and I just kept it. I've got Saint Anger, I got Death Magnetic. I even got this guy, for God's sake. Come on. And yeah, I haven't even opened it because I did listen to some of it online and whatever, I'm not into it. And I actually do have this guy here, which is the 3 CD version, and I love this thing. This is an amazing album. So yeah, that brings me to the first point I want to make, and that is the fact that I actually love a lot of the newer albums. This album is one of my top 5 Metallica albums as far as favorites go. I think this is great. So that really goes to all of the people that said, hey, they've been playing forever and they're bound to change and this is not the 80s anymore. I get that. Believe me, I get that. And I respect the fact that Metallica was one of the first thrash metal bands that actually had the balls to step out of their comfort zone. With songs like Fade to Black, The Unforgiven 1, Unforgiven 2, Nothing Else Matters. They actually broke out of their shell, and I commend them for that. That's awesome that they did that. And even once they grew tired of playing thrash metal, they still came up with really quality content. Load is a great album. You might like it or not, and that's a different point. We'll get to that. But it's a very well produced album. It's got great lyrics, great guitar sounds, great drumming sounds, awesome vocals. The production in general is just top notch. Same with Reload, which is not an album I particularly enjoy listening to, but I can be objective about it and tell you that it's a good product. Something apparently you can't do. Which leads me to my next point, which is being subjective or objective. Now here's the deal. Music, like every other art form, is subjective. Of course, you will like one thing, I'll like a different thing. You'll like a different thing, and I will like it too. And then there's some things we're both going to dislike. That's just the way it is. If we all liked the same things all the time, then it wouldn't really be art. You might love If Darkness Had a Son. It's a great song for you, and you might love it, and that's okay. And I can't argue with that. There's no way I can argue with that. You like it, and that's awesome. That's one more Metallica song for you to enjoy. I don't like it, and that's my truth. And you can't tell me that I am wrong because I don't like it. And that is because of the fact that music is subjective. But now, we can actually be objective about a song and say, it's not very well produced. It's way too long. It's a little bit too repetitive. It's very uninspired. The solo is not great. We can be objective about that, and that can be proven wrong or right. Personally, as a guitar player for over a decade, I can tell you that that solo is very uninspired. And I can tell you for a fact that he was being lazy and he didn't even try to make it better, because he could have made it better so easily. He's played way better solos throughout his whole career, and we know for a fact that there isn't a physical impediment right now. We see Kirk play them day in and day out all the time, so he can play it. He just has to sit there, buckle up, and get down to business. Honestly, when it comes to Kirk, I just don't think his heart is in Metallica anymore. He was by far the weakest link on this bad boy here, contributing some really, really forgettable solos and no riffs at all. Supposedly he lost his iPhone with all of his riffs in there, but he didn't remember one riff. He couldn't afford iCloud. He didn't record any of them on the computer. The guy's got access to any studio he wants to at any time, but somehow he couldn't lay down any guitar riffs. I don't know. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but Now, sadly, it looks like that's going to be the case for 72 Seasons as well. And of course, it's really easy to blame Kirk, but the rest of Metallica is also responsible for this. I mean, first of all, you gotta pull him by the ear and say, dude, sit down, work on that solo, make it a little bit better. Put in your time and let's make a great record. And if they don't want to do that because of, band politics or anything like that, then they have to get the producer involved, who also to me is lacking a nice set of balls. Because here's the deal, this song could have been so much better and so much more effective had it been a lot shorter. This could have been a great 4 or 5 minute song. Just trim the fat, make it a little bit shorter, emphasize some of the awesome riffs, get a good solo in there, and we're good to go. But yeah, I get it. It takes a special set of balls to say no to Metallica. I am really hoping for either of two things for this album. First, I am hoping that this is going to be a grower. One of those albums that you actually listen to first and, you're not really into it. But then as time progresses and as you keep on listening to the album, it actually grows on you. Also, I really hope that some of the songs that haven't been released yet are awesome. They don't have to be thrashy, heavy, fast. They just have to be awesome and effective and worked on. That's all that we want really, for them to be polished out before they're released. I mean, either that or that they realize that, hey, we're kind of losing touch and we actually need some guidance. Let's get Bob Rock involved again. That would be awesome. Now, another thing that really pissed me off about these fanboys is the fact that they insulted me without even knowing what I do or how I do it. A lot of them were like, you can't even play guitar, what are you talking about? You're sour because you wish you could play like Kirk, and I mean, there's a lot of better guitar players than Kirk Hammett, and I obviously, but as far as being able to play it, I could definitely play it. Now, the one thing that really sets us apart is the fact that he can come up with some awesome melodies and patterns and solos that I wouldn't even think of trying. That's what makes guitar players different, and that's what talent really is, if you ask me. I mean, you can play scales and sweeps and runs up and down the neck all day long and shred as fast as hell, but you might never be able to come up with a melody like David Gilmour or Brian May or Mark Knopfler. To me, that's where the talent is. It's like going to the gym and working on your legs every day, all the time, and then being tossed into a soccer field and say, let's play. I mean, you might have the stamina and the speed, but you don't have the talent. Those are two very different things. Now, really, I could sit here and talk about Metallica for hours and rant about their fans for even longer than that. But this is the last thing I want to address about all the comments on that video. And that is the fact that a lot of people say, hey, a lot of people listen to Kirk Hammett. He's got millions of views. You've got nothing. So he must be better than you. And although there might be some truth to that, that is a very ignorant thing to say. I mean, by that logic, Justin Bieber's Peaches is better than every Metallica song except for one. And I'll do you one better. By that logic, the best Metallica song ever is Nothing Else Matters. Are you really gonna sit there and tell me that Nothing Else Matters is the best Metallica song ever just because it's the one that's been listened to the most on YouTube? You gotta be f***ing kidding me. Alright, that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please drop me a like if you did, drop me a comment in the comment section down below. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel like a man. And if you enjoy the content, please visit my Patreon. A little goes a long way and we surely do appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Pat out, metal on dudes. Metallica rules. Enjoy the weekend.